हाँ, e पावर x नहीं हुआ? ओके, सो e raised to the power x, right? Let me just put in some brackets here. What is it? What does it mean? It means that we have e raised to the power this guy, and then this guy is e raised to the power x, and then finally you have an e raised to the power x. So if you come in from the left, okay, if you come in from the left, what is the thing that you see? You see e raised to the power something, okay? So the differentiation or the value of dy by dx of this guy, if y is equal to this guy, will be equal to the differentiation of e raised to the power something, right? E raised to the power something. And that something we know is e raised to power x. So the answer is e raised to the power x multiplied by the differentiation of whatever was in the brackets. So bracket में क्या था भाई? ये मैंने y थोड़ा गलत लिखा हुआ है, y is equal to ऐसे लिखते हैं, जो कि अब दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है, still y is equal to, so e raised to the power x को हमने differentiate किया, but really while coming in from the left I only see e, I see nothing else. So what is the differentiation of e raised to the power something? It is e raised to the power that thing. But now I have to multiply the answer by the differentiation of this guy. And what is the differentiation of this guy? Well, again you come in from the left and you see an e. तो इसका differentiation क्या होगा? इसका differentiation exactly वही होएगा, e raised to the power x. But then you have to differentiate, you have to multiply this by differentiation of the third thing that you see. And fortunately e raised to the power x आ गया मेरे पास, जिसका differentiation e raised to the power x है. Okay? So this is how we do this. आया समझ में? ये किसने पूछा था? थोड़ा चैट ऊपर करिए ना. किसने पूछा था ये? पलाश ने? हाँ, पलाश आ गया समझ में? हाँ, गुड, ग्रेट. और क्या पूछा था मैंने? What else I told you? What else? हाँ, y is equal to sine inverse x. Right, now we use the tan inverse x, sine inverse x. Both are similar. Okay, both are similar. So now we use the full power of the chain rule that we have seen. Okay. So what is the meaning of y is equal to sine inverse x? Well, sine inverse x means that sine y should be equal to x. Okay? This is just like saying that root 3 by 2 is equal to sine 60, right? Therefore 60 is equal to sine inverse of root 3 by 2. Okay? So sine of 60 is root 3 by 2 and sine inverse of root 3 by 2 is 60. If you remember, I talked a lot about mathematical operators. So it turns out that every mathematical operator has an inverse, उसका उल्टा. तो जब ये साइन के ऑपरेटर को हमने 60 डिग्रीज पे ऑपरेट किया, हमें आंसर रूट 3 by 2 मिला. उसी तरीके से साइन इनवर्स एक ऐसा ऑपरेटर होएगा जो इस पे एक्ट करेगा और ये आंसर आएगा. राइट, जब मैं फंक्शंस की बात कर रहा था, जब मैं मैथमेटिकल ऑपरेटर्स की बात कर रहा था, तो आई टोल्ड यू दैट देयर विल बी एन इनपुट एंड देयर विल बी एन आउटपुट. So for the sine operator, the input is this angle and the output is this number. And the inverse operator, right, will be such that the input will be the number and the output will be the angle. So this is the meaning of y is equal to sine inverse x. Okay. Now, what I can do is, since मेरे को तो dy by dx निकालना है, so what I can do is I can operate d by dx on the left hand side and d by dx on the right hand side. Okay. अद्विक, क्या नहीं समझ में आया बेटा? हाँ, very good Siddharth, yes, yes. But we don't want the answer in terms of y. So could you, हाँ, इनवर्स मतलब उल्टा होता है ना अद्वैक. साइन 60 डिग्रीज का वैल्यू अगर √3/2 है, तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि हमने 60 डिग्रीज का साइन निकाला, and that comes out to be √3/2. So there must be an inverse operator which will act on √3/2 and give us 60 degrees. That is what is meant by inverse. So under root का इनवर्स होएगा स्क्वायर. अंडर रूट 4 इज इक्वल टू 2, राइट. तो अंडर रूट में आपने इनपुट क्या डाला 4, आउटपुट क्या मिला 2. सो अ फंक्शन वेयर द इनपुट विल बी 2 एंड द आउटपुट विल बी 4 विल बी द इनवर्स फंक्शन. In this case it will be square because 2 square is equal to 4. Okay, just like that the sine inverse operator is there. Please do not confuse this. Anybody, please do not confuse this with sine x raised to the power -1. No, it is not that. It is not 1 over sine x. Okay, it is something else. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So d by dx of x will simply become 1. Okay, that's easy. But d by dx of sine y I cannot find. It is not possible for me to find d by dx of sine y. If it was d by dy of sine y, then it would have been possible. But d by dx of sine y, it is not possible for me to find. Therefore, what should I do? Right? Remember the chain rule. Multiply this by dy, divide this by dy, and exchange the denominator. Right? हाँ Aditya, very nice beta, very nice, yes. So this becomes then d by dy of sine y into dy by dx is equal to 1, and we want to find out dy by dx, right? But now I know the value of d by dy of sine y. This is known to me. This is known to me. So I will get cosine y into dy by dx is equal to 1. So dy by dx is equal to 1 over cosine y. Although this is a perfectly acceptable answer, okay, although this is a perfectly acceptable answer, right? But there are some things which are, which are sort of appropriate. For example, if you get an answer 4/2, you have done some calculation and you get the answer 4/2, right? So you don't write it as 4/2. You are absolutely right, your answer is correct. But you cancel out the common terms and you write a final expression, right? So 4/2, although absolutely right, you will write it as 2. Okay, therefore, nahi Danish, or easy. So I don't want to write cos y here. Okay, I mean it is perfectly okay. The answer is there. The answer is, you have arrived at the answer. We have arrived at the answer. But I want this in terms of x. I don't want a y here. Right? And where do I get this from? Well, this is actually very easy, because x is equal to sine y. अभी हमने देखा था x इक्वल टू साइन y, ओके, नहीं सेक y, आई डोंट वांट y के टर्म्स में, आई डोंट वांट द आंसर. सो x इज इक्वल टू साइन y. So since x equal to sin y, therefore cosine y will be equal to how much? Therefore cosine y will be equal to how much? हाँ, बिल्कुल सही पलाश. So another answer that you can write is sec of sin inverse x, right? But again that is थोड़ा सा और आप ये सीखोगे मैथ्स में. You will learn how to write these things in maths, yeah. So if x is equal to sine y, then what is cosine y? This is something that you have done a lot of times in class 9th and 10th. Okay, this is something you have done a lot of times. और अभी आपका बोर्ड एग्जाम आ रहा है तो अभी फिर से आप करोगे ही करोगे, right? No, it's not 1 upon x. Sin y is x, तो cosine y कितना होगा पार्थ? हाँ बिल्कुल सही, या 1 minus x. नहीं भाई पलाश, क्या हो गया? Under root of 1 minus x square. If x is equal to sine y, then cosine y is equal to under root of 1 minus x square, right? है ना? So now I can write the final answer, and the final answer is that dy by dx is equal to 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square. ठीक है? ओ भाई ये क्या लिख रहा है भाई दनेश, क्यों डरा रहा है, क्या है ये? आद्विक, क्वेश्चन कितने क्वेश्चन? हाउ डिड वी गेट sin y is equal to x from? ये देखो ना आप, ये देखा अमोघ? Did you see? Were you following this? How can we get? क्या भाई आद्विक? How can we get what बेटा? अमोघ ये देखा आपने? Root 3 by 2 is equal to sin 60. 60 is equal to sin inverse root 3 by 2. अमोघ ये समझ में आया आपको? हाँ मैं अभी बता रहा हूँ आद्विक तेरे को, अभी बता रहा हूँ. अच्छा अमोघ आप ये बताओ मेरे को, प्लीज टेल मी व्हाट इज रूट 16. अमोघ प्लीज टेल मी व्हाट इज रूट 16. हाँ प्लस माइनस छोड़ देते हैं अभी, आई जस्ट टेक द पॉजिटिव वाला वैल्यू 4. ओके, आई हैव रिटन ए करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट, राइट? Root 16 is equal to 4. And what is 4 square? What is 4 square? What is 4 square? 16. What if I were to sort of rub these things out? If I were to rub these things out, ये नंबर्स मैंने मिटा दिए, समझ रहा है अमोघ? नंबर्स मैंने मिटा दिए और मैं यहां पे ब्रैकेट डाल देता हूं. एक ब्रैकेट इधर डाला, एक ब्रैकेट इधर डाला. अमोघ फॉलो कर रहा है ना अभी? नाउ विल यू अग्री दैट इफ आई पुट ए नंबर हियर, एनी नंबर हियर, okay Amog, if I put any number here, I'll get some answer, right? And if I put this answer here, what will I get? And if I put this answer here, what will I get? I have put some number here and I have gotten an answer, and I put that answer here. What do I get? Amog, what do I get? Same number, right? Same number. That number. Yeah, exactly, Atvik. Very good. So we say this means that under root and square are inverse operators. Inverse operators. इनवर्स ऑपरेटर्स की एक खासियत होती है, इनवर्स ऑपरेटर्स की एक खासियत होती है, वो ये कि अगर आप एक ऑब्जेक्ट के ऊपर दोनों ऑपरेटर्स एक साथ अप्लाई कर दो तो उस इनपुट, उस ऑब्जेक्ट के ऊपर कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. डू दीज टू क्वालिफाई फॉर दैट? डू दीज टू क्वालिफाई फॉर दैट? What if you were to, square something and take the under root? What effect would it have on the number? नहीं याद, ये तो गलत लिखा ना. अंडर रूट -1 तो कुछ और हो जाएगा. अंडर रूट -1 is something else. What I am saying is that if you take the under root of a number and then you square it, then what happens to the number itself? How does the number change? What effect would be there? Yeah, there would be no effect, right? So inverse operators are operators for which these two things are valid. First is that for operator number 1 जो भी इनपुट है और जो उसका आउटपुट है, ऑपरेटर नंबर 2 के लिए ये रिवर्स हो जाएगा. दैट मीन्स दैट द इनपुट ऑफ ऑपरेटर 1 विल बिकम आउटपुट ऑफ ऑपरेटर 2, आउटपुट ऑफ ऑपरेटर 1 विल बिकम इनपुट ऑफ ऑपरेटर 2. एंड द सेकेंड property is that if you operate these two guys together, then it will have no effect on the number whatsoever. Okay, so sine 60 is equal to √3/2. We know this, right? We have worked this out. And I also told you in, I think, 3 or 4 classes back, I told you that we must visualize this as this sine operator acting on 60 degrees. Okay, so 60 degrees is the input and √3/2 is the output, right? And now I think, अरे इसका उल्टा हो सकता है क्या? बिल्कुल हो सकता है. तो साइन इनवर्स ऑपरेटर में नंबर इनपुट होएगा और आंसर एंगल आएगा. साइन इनवर्स ऑपरेटर में नंबर इनपुट होएगा. साइन इनवर्स ऑफ हाफ is equal to 30 degrees. Why? Because sine of 30 degrees is equal to half. Okay, these are called inverse operators. Okay, क्या पूछा तनिष ने? प्लस एंड माइनस एंड हाँ, yeah, absolutely, very good, yeah, they are. ओके, अभी आया समझ में अमोघ एंड अद्वैक कि ये अगर मेरे को y इज इक्वल टू साइन इनवर्स x दिया हुआ है तो इसका मतलब होगा दैट x इज इक्वल टू साइन y. आया समझ में? अद्वैक हैज अंडरस्टूड, अमोघ हैज अंडरस्टूड. ग्रेट, गुड. और क्या दिया था मैंने? tan इनवर्स. नाउ यू कैन डू इट योरसेल्फ. ओके, और क्या दिया था मैंने? व्हाट एल्स डिड वी डिस्कस? आई थिंक एक क्वेश्चन और दिया था मैंने जो इम्प्लिसिट टाइप का. नहीं, प्लीज नेवर एवर कंफ्यूज दिस. ओके, नेवर एवर कंफ्यूज दिस. सो साइन इनवर्स ऑफ समथिंग इज नॉट इक्वल टू 1/sin. ओके, नो, दिस -1 का जो पावर हमें दिखाई दे रहा है, इस केस में वो पावर नहीं है. अगर मेरे को 1/sin समथिंग लिखना है तो आई विल राइट इट लाइक दिस: साइन 30 डिग्रीज होल रेज टू द पावर -1 इज इक्वल टू 2. दिस इज हाउ विल राइट. हाँ, बिल्कुल चेन रूल से सेम आंसर आएगा. हाँ, x पावर x दिया था क्या? हाँ, x पावर x, okay, x पावर x. So x raised to the power x, y is equal to this. Okay. So again, it turns out that this is not straightforward. You cannot simply, differentiate this, because when we were discussing the various formula, when we were discussing the various standard results of differentiation, dy dx of x raised to the power n, where n is an integer, will be equal to nx into n raised to the power nx raised to the power n minus 1. D by dx of sin x is equal to cosine x. Okay, d by dx of e raised to the power x is e raised to the power x. Please again notice, and I want to emphasize this, that d by dx of sin x is cosine x exclusively. D by dx of sin x square cannot be written as cosine x square. Only d by dx of sin x is cosine x. So if you get sin x square, you have to invoke the chain rule. Okay. So here x raised to the power x, it is not x raised to the power n. Iska answer cannot be x into x raised to the power x minus 1. अगर आपने ऐसा सोचा या किया, which is absolutely normal, which is, I would have done the same thing. But this is wrong. Okay, it is wrong. Because this is not x raised to the power of an integer. It is a variable. It is the same variable as itself. So this cannot be differentiated according to any of the results that we discussed. Okay, and therefore we will have to again invoke somehow the chain rule. Now you cannot apply this method as well for this guy, because here when you came in from the left, we had e raised to the power something, and in our table we already have e raised to the power x, right? So we could have done that, but not this. Now you can argue कि नहीं कैसे नहीं, जब हम लेफ्ट में आएंगे तो मुझे x raised to power something दिखाई दे रहा है, तो I can apply chain rule. No, you cannot. अगर यहाँ पे x raised to the power anything else than an integer है, then you cannot apply that formula. Okay. So to handle this, what we do is that we don't want power of anything, right? We reduce this object into something more manageable. And the best way in mathematics to reduce a large number, as we were discussing, you remember, the best way to reduce a large number is, very good Danish, is to take log. The concept is to use the concept of logarithm. Yeah. So what I will do is, I will rewrite this number, rewrite this expression. I'll take log on both sides. Now I am writing log, but I mean ln, okay, natural log. So log of y is equal to log of x raised to the power x. And I hope you remember from last to last class that this will reduce to log y is equal to x log x. And now what we will do is we will just apply d by dx here, d by dx here. Now the right hand side is easy to do. It is now just the product rule. Okay? It is now just the product rule. And we get differentiation of the first function multiplied by the second function, plus differentiation, plus leave the first function alone, multiplied by the differentiation of the second function. Remember that the differentiation of ln x is 1 over x. नहीं Advik, base is 10 नहीं, base is not 10, okay? Base is e, okay? मेरे को ln लिखना बड़ा अजीब लगता है इसलिए मैंने ln नहीं लिखा. Now, this is the right hand side. What do we do to the left hand side? Multiply and divide by dy, because d by dx of log y does not make any sense. And you exchange these two guys, and then you get d by dy of log y, which we know, which we can work out, into dy by dx, which we have to find out anyways, is equal to log x plus 1. Okay, so this will become 1 by y into dy by dx is equal to log x plus 1. And now I can write dy by dx is equal to y into log x plus 1. Okay, and again, like I said, this answer is absolutely correct, but we don't want to write it like this. We want to write it in terms of x. So we know the value of y. We know the value of y, x raised to the power x. So the answer is x raised to the power x into log x plus 1. ठीक है, आया ध्रुव समझ में ये? हाँ बिल्कुल सही किया. हाँ, right? I hope everybody has understood this. This is how to okay. फिर एक और था, one more question was there I think, which is very important. हाँ, क्या है? 3 raised to power x, now you do it yourself, same method. X square plus y square is equal to 3xy. हाँ, ये important वाला. X square plus y square is equal to 3xy. Okay, so now there are a couple of things that you must be clear about. The first thing is, that sorry, that there are two kinds of functions in maths. One is called an implicit function and the other is called the explicit function. An explicit function is what we have been working with up till now. This is an explicit function. This is an explicit function. Right? This is an explicit function. Yeah. So what does it mean, explicit and implicit? Well, the meaning is actually very simple. If you can write the function as y on one side and some expression of x on the other side, then we say that it is an explicit function of, it is an explicit function. But if you can't do that, if there is no way that you can write y is equal to something, some expression of x, if you can't do that, then this is called an implicit function, and you will notice that this guy is an implicit function. Now you can say, of course, nahi, isko jo hai, I will reduce it to a quadratic equation and then I will write down y is equal to something. You can do that, But the whole point is that you should be able to write y is equal to some expression of x without solving, without resorting to any algebraic solution. You can multiply, divide, take power, take root, Whatever algebraic manipulation you can do. But you cannot solve, you should not solve. Because हो सकता है कि मैं यहाँ पे अभी क्यूब डाल दूँ या 4 पावर डाल दूँ या कुछ और डाल दूँ. So an implicit function is one where you cannot write y is equal to some expression of x. And to differentiate this, it's the same as before, nothing different. You just apply d by dx on both sides. Okay, so d by dx of this, d by dx of this, right? So you will get here 2x, because d by dx of x square is 2x, and then you end up with something very weird. You end up with d by dx of y square. Okay, so we'll have to use the chain rule here. Is equal to यहाँ पे क्या करें भाई, प्रोडक्ट रूल लगाते हैं. 3 तो बाहर आ जाएगा, right? 3 is just a multiplying factor, so it just comes out. So dy dx of x into y, differentiate the first function, leave the second function alone, okay, plus leave the first function and differentiate the second function. Okay, so this will become 2x plus, यहाँ पे क्या करें भाई, oh I know what to do, dy और dy से multiply divide कर देते हैं, जो अभी तक करते आए हैं हम, and exchange these two guys. Okay, we exchange these two guys, and this will become then 2y dy by dx is equal to 3y plus 3x into dy by dx. Okay. Now we were tasked with finding dy by dx, and we end up with an equation where now what I can do is rearrange and write that dy by dx is equal to, I can either take this term to the right or I can take this term to the left. I'll take this term to the left, and I end up with 3y minus 2x whole divided by 2y minus 3x. All constants are a multiplying factor. Obviously, I mean, if they are, so d by dx of 3 multiplied by xy, rule number 1, Advik, d by dx of 3 multiplied by xy is the same as 3 multiplied by d by dx of xy. Okay. हाँ हर्षिता कुछ क्या क्या लिखा है, नहीं थोड़ा अच्छा उसको और सिंप्लीफाई कर दिया क्या? ओके, दैट्स ओके. Now please notice that in implicit function you invariably end up with a y here, and you cannot do anything about it. So implicit functions में dy by dx जो आंसर आप निकालेंगे, they can contain y. That's not a problem at all. This is the answer. Okay. I'll just take a. नहीं Danesh, ऐसा कोई रूल नहीं है. No. I could have written here 3x e raised to the power pi, e raised to power y. That's it. हो गया. Implicit हो गया. खत्म. Okay. So I'll just get the board cleaned. आप लोग नोट कर लो जो नोट करना है इसमें. Okay. Okay. So now I want to just one more thing I want to discuss. One more thing. This is very interesting, very, very interesting. So let's say that I draw a graph, y-axis, x-axis. Okay. Now you may ask कि जब y और x एक्सिस बनाना था तो ये लंबी लाइन क्यों खींच दी इतनी? उसका मैं रीजन बताता हूँ. And now supposing that I draw a graph and the graph is I don't know, something like this. So this is the graph. Now this graph conveys to us information. How does it do that? नहीं Advik, it is not, no. It is not a known function. जो भी graph है, random मैंने बनाया. So this graph conveys to us lots and lots of information. How does it do that? Well, the first piece of information that this graph tells me is that at various values of x, what are the values of y? Okay, now अब ये x क्या है, y क्या है, इससे हमें कोई मतलब नहीं. Right? Ultimately ये x कुछ तो बनेगा, कुछ physical quantity बनेगा, ये y कुछ physical quantity बनेगा. So अभी we are not bothered with what physical quantity x and y is, right? But we must keep in mind that ultimately x and y are going to be some physical quantities. So the primary piece of information, or let's not call it primary, let's call it the most obvious piece of information that is conveyed by this graph is the values of y at different values of x, right? So let's say that we are saying what's the value of y when this is the value of x? No problems, you just read it off the graph. What is the another value of x when the value of y is the same? That is also not a problem. You just go like this and you read it off the graph. Right? So not only does it tell you x के corresponding y value क्या है, it also tells you what is the corresponding value of x for a given value of y. Okay? Apart from this, the graph contains more information. I mean, the whole discussion that we have been having for such a long time has been on one part of the information contained by the graph. And today I want to show you that even before we go on to the next part of what the information is contained in the graph, और भी चीज़ें हैं, there are more things which I have to, which we have to, or which we can extract from this graph. हाँ, Harshita, हाँ. So all I am saying, Harshita, is that I have drawn an xy graph, I have drawn an xy axis and I have drawn a graph on it. And the primary piece of information that this graph conveys to me is the values of y for a given value of x, or the values of x for a given value of y, right, which we can find from the graph itself. Another piece of information, right, is the slope of the graph, right? We have been having discussions about this. So the slope of the graph at this point will be slope of the tangent of the graph at this point. The slope of the graph at this point will be the tangent of the graph at this point. The slope of the graph at this point will be the slope of the tangent of the graph at this point. Right? Okay. and I can choose, I don't know, I can choose this point, यहाँ पे भी जो tangent बनेगा वो ऐसा बनेगा, then I can choose this point, यहाँ पे जो tangent बनेगा वो ऐसा बनेगा. Now remember, okay, please remember that this tangent has a positive slope, this tangent has zero slope, this tangent has negative slope, this tangent has positive slope, this tangent, this is zero slope, and this tangent has positive slope. Right? I hope everybody knows this, positive, negative वाला जो मैंने बताया. अगर x एक्सिस से acute angle बना रहा है तो positive होगा, obtuse angle बना रहा है तो negative. Okay. Now, why did I draw the line so long? Well, I drew the line so long because I want to draw another graph. Okay, I want to draw another graph. And on this another graph, this is the x coordinate. Now you may ask, ठीक है, एक और ग्राफ बन रहा है, कोई बात नहीं, अच्छी बात है, लेकिन इस एक्सिस पे क्या रहेगा? अब I can say that on this axis there is a third quantity z, but I'm not going to do that. All the information that is required for me to draw the second graph is already here. Okay, can anybody guess मैं second graph किस चीज versus x के साथ बनाना चाहता हूँ? Can anybody guess what I am going to put on the y-axis? Right, the hint is that all the information is here. There is no new set of data coming in for which I am going to draw another graph. All data is here. Very good, Danish. Yes. Yes, very good, Parth. Good. So I want to draw a graph. Now let's be very, very careful. Okay, listen to what I am saying very carefully. I was given a set of data. X is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, y is so on. And I use this data on this graph paper where I drew the x-axis and the y-axis, and I used this data to plot the points which was given to me and to draw a graph through these points. Okay? Now I am saying that I want to draw another graph here where the x coordinate remains x, but there is something there on the y-axis. Right? What is there on the y-axis? Well, it can be another set of data, but I am telling you that another set of data has not been given to me. Whatever is there is here only. Whatever data is there is here only. So I want to draw the other graph between x and the slope of this graph. What does this mean? Well, it means that at this x coordinate, okay, at this x coordinate, I am not going to write down the value of y corresponding to that x because I have already done that here. I am going to write down the value of the slope of the graph at this point. I am going to plot that here. Okay. Similarly, for this x, I don't want the value of y. Okay. That is already, I can read it from here. No, I don't want the value of y. I want the value of the slope of the graph at this x, and I will plot it here. Similarly, for this guy, for this point, and for this point, and for this point. Okay, now I don't know what I am going to get. I don't know what I am going to get. So the value of y for this x is something, right? We can read it off this graph. But the slope of the graph is here. This is the tangent that I have drawn. So I take a protractor and I measure this angle, okay, and I take the tan of that angle in a calculator and I get a number, and the number that I get is something like 1.5 or maybe 2. Okay. So I am going to plot that 1.5 or a 2 here. So this point corresponds to a slope of 2. Yeah, आया सबको समझ? I hope everybody is understanding this. Now, for this point, well, for this x, the value of y is very high. Okay, for this value of x, value of y is very high, but the slope of the graph at this point is 0. So here I will plot 0. Okay. Now we come to this point. Well, for this x, the value of y I can read off here, but the slope of the graph is this. So I again take a protractor, I measure this angle, which happens to be obtuse, and I put it in the calculator, and I find that the tan of this angle comes out to be -2. Okay, मैं random values ले रहा हूँ, they are not, they can be any value. And then again for this guy, slope will be 0. And again for this guy, the slope will be 2. Right? Now you may think that I have not plotted enough points to draw a curve, but I have, okay, because I know the intermediate points. So I get a graph like this. I get a graph like this. Okay. Now, I want to do something very crazy. I want to talk about the slope of this guy. Okay, I want to talk about what is the slope of this straight line. Well, the answer in a way is very easy. It is that, okay, fine, if this is a straight line, then what you do is you measure this obtuse angle and then you simply put it in your calculator like you have been doing up till now, and tan आप दबाओ, उसका आ जाएगा slope का value. But I am not interested in the numerical value of slope. I am not interested in the numerical value of slope. I am interested in something much deeper. Okay? I am interested in what is the meaning of this slope. What is the meaning of this slope? Can anybody guess? So I have a graph, okay? I have a graph and I find out the slope of the graph at every point, and then I draw another graph where on the x-axis I keep it as x, but on the y-axis I plot the slope. Can anybody guess what is the meaning of this slope? Nahin? Okay, chalo. Arnav, very nice. Yeah, actually, Arnav is absolutely right. Arnav is saying slope of the slope. बिल्कुल सही, yeah. Rate of change of slope. Very good, yes. Negative slope of second graph shows increasing value of y. Yeah, okay, great. Yeah. चलो, ठीक है. So let's forget about this for a moment. I'll come back to this. Okay, I'll come back to this. Please answer this question. Okay, please answer this question. Right? I mean, I've asked this before. What is the answer to this question? मतलब माइनस अपन नहीं लेके चल रहे हैं तो प्लस. ओके, ठीक है. Will you agree with this? Will everybody agree with this? Yeah? Can I do this? Can I do this? नहीं Advik, नहीं, inverse नहीं, no, no. And I hope everybody is agreeing with this. ये मैंने बिल्कुल सही काम किया है, कोई गलत नहीं है इसमें. Right? In fact, what I can do is I can put a root here and I can put a root here. That also should not be that also should not be a problem for anyone. Okay? What about this? Yeah, that also should not be a problem for anyone. So basically, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Anyone? Ha, Dhruv. Ha, yes, you are absolutely in the right direction. Yes. Dhruv is saying, Advik, हाँ, मतलब ठीक है, but थोड़ा और specific answer मेरे को चाहिए, जो कि दानिश ने दिया और जो कि पलाश ने दिया, बिल्कुल सही. I am using an operator twice. I am using an operator twice. Okay, and you can see this. You can see this. You can see this here on a calculator. Okay, I hope you have tried this. 6 plus plus. Okay, दो बार प्लस दबा दिया मैंने. इक्वल टू 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 दबाते जाओ, तो वो क्या करेगा? इफ यू ट्राई इट ऑन ए कैलकुलेटर, तो क्या करेगा? आई होप एवरीबडी हैज ट्राइड दिस. इफ यू डू दिस, देन इट विल repeat that operation again and again and again and again. Basically, what I am trying to show you here is that any mathematical operator can be applied number of times on the same input. Always valid. Okay, operator. We will not say that operator is operating on itself. We can't say that, because operators do not operate on operators. Operators operate on some input. So for this guy, the input is 16. For this guy is root of 16. Okay. By the way, anybody calculator से मुझे याद आया, किसी ने ट्राई किया है कि कोई नंबर टाइप करके और आप उसका रूट निकालते जाओ, रूट 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 दबाते जाओ. Very weird. You always end up at 1. You always end up at 1. Any number you take, root, 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 n number of times, you always end up at 1. Okay. So we can take an operator and we can apply that operator many times. There is no problem. Okay. So let's see. Y is equal to x cubed. Okay, this is an expression we have. Y is equal to x cubed. So I want to apply d by dx on both sides. Now we know the mathematical meaning, we know the geometrical meaning. The mathematical meaning would be that this would simply become dy by dx and this would become 3x square. And the geometrical meaning is that अगर हमारे पास एक ग्राफ है y is equal to x cube, then the slope of that graph is given by 3x square. Okay. Now, just like this guy, just like what I have done here, just like what I have done here, I am going to operate d by dx on both sides again. Now the right hand side is very simple because we have been doing this for so long. It is simply acha d by dx of 3x square hai, that should be very easy. This is equal to 6x. कहाँ से अद्वैक, कहाँ से बताओ, from where? मैंने एक एक्सप्रेशन लिया y is equal to x cube, अद्वैक, और उसके बाद से मैंने दोनों तरफ d by dx ऑपरेटर अप्लाई किया. हाँ, मैं शुरू से बता रहा हूं. y is equal to x cube एक मैंने एक्सप्रेशन लिया और मैंने दोनों तरफ d by dx अप्लाई किया, जस्ट लाइक मैंने यहां पे 16 के लिए अंडर रूट अप्लाई किया था दोनों तरफ. जब मैंने d by dx अप्लाई किया दोनों तरफ, तो जो राइट हैंड साइड है इक्वेशन का, या आपको लेफ्ट दिखाई दे रहा है, आई डोंट नो, जो ये वाला साइड है इक्वेशन का, दैट इज वेरी इजी टू वर्क आउट. इट इज d by dx of x cube, so it is 3x square. And the left hand side or this side of the equation is again very easy to work out. It is simply dy by dx. Okay. And now I say that look, I can carry out, I can apply the operator on any number twice, on any function twice. So on this expression dy by dx is equal to 3x square, I apply d by dx on the left hand side and I apply d by dx on the right hand side. Now d by dx of 3x square is very simple, I get 6x. But what is this? ये क्या चीज है? d by dx of dy by dx. Okay, d by dx of dy by dx. It is this. Okay, so literally it is the slope of the graph. Okay, and that's why I said, so this is the slope of this guy. Slope of this guy is the slope of this graph. And there is a very special way to write this thing, and that is what I wanted to teach you today. And the special way to write this is that ऊपर आप देखो तो d है और एक और d है, तो यहाँ पे लिखते हैं ऐसे और नीचे लिखते हैं ऐसे. मैंने गलती से x लिख दिया है. And this is read as, okay, this guy, this is read as d2y by dx squared. Okay, and it is called the double differential. No, we can't cancel anything here, Harshit. We can't cancel anything. Okay, this is read as d2y upon dx square. In fact, ये bracket भी यहाँ पे नहीं डालते हैं, right? We don't put a bracket here. I just wanted to show you that dx है तो. So we write this as this, and we read it as d2y by dx square. Advik, this is the prerogative of the person who worked it out first. Okay, कि उसको कैसे लिखना है. It is the prerogative of the person who worked it out first. You know, I can always say that इसका नाम पाई क्यों रखा, टाई क्यों नहीं रखा. अब उसका तो कोई एक्सप्लेनेशन है नहीं. क्या मैं इसको टाई बुला सकता हूँ? हाँ, बिल्कुल बुला सकता हूँ. क्या कोई और इसको टाई बुलाएगा? नहीं, कोई और तो नहीं बुलाएगा. क्या मैं अपनी लैंग्वेज इन्वेंट कर सकता हूँ? हाँ, मैं अपनी लैंग्वेज इन्वेंट कर सकता हूँ. क्या मैं उसमें बात कर सकता हूँ? हाँ, मैं बात कर सकता हूँ. क्या मुझे कोई और समझेगा? नहीं, मुझे कोई और नहीं समझे. राइट, सो दिस इज जस्ट ए लैंग्वेज. It is convention d2y by dx square. Okay. हाँ, क्या बोल रहा है ध्रुव? Last part repeat करना है ना? हाँ. So all I'm saying is that you can, just like taking the under root of a number twice, okay, you can apply the d by dx operator on any function twice. And इसमें कोई वो भी नहीं है. I mean, look, I don't know, x power 4, ठीक है, इसको एक बार डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे तो क्या आएगा? 4x क्यूब. 4x क्यूब को डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे तो क्या आएगा? 12x स्क्वायर. 12x स्क्वायर को डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे तो क्या आएगा? 24x, right? So what am I doing here? I am continuously applying d by dx operator on everything, right? I am continuously applying d by dx operator on the same function. Yes, Parth, very good. Yes. So Parth has gotten hold of the physical meaning. So if this is distance and if this is time, then the slope of the slope, that will be d2 distance by dt square, will give you the acceleration. Okay. What if I wanted to differentiate n number of times? Is there a generalized form of this? Very nice question, Pallav. Very good. Excellent question. Yes, you can differentiate it n number of times, but if you differentiate this once more, you get 24. And if you differentiate this once more, you get a 0, right? So if you have a polynomial जिसमें कि integral powers हैं x का, तो you will find that at some point of time it becomes 0. Is there a generalized expression? No, there is not. No. Is there a generalized expression for n times differentiation of specific functions? Yes, there are. Yes, there are. And you can tell me, chalo, you can tell me. But first let me tell you one more thing and then we'll. What if I differentiate it again? Okay, so this means that I am not satisfied with this graph. I will draw another graph here, and this time I will take the slope of the slope. I'll take the slope of this guy and plot the points here, and I will draw something here. So यहाँ का जो slope होएगा वो क्या होएगा? Physically, जो यहाँ का slope होएगा वो क्या होएगा? That will be another time that I will apply d by dx of this thing, right? So let me write it here. I hope I have space. So we have d2y by dx square is equal to 6x. Right? So I am going to apply d by dx again. d by dx again. So the right hand side is easy, 6x का differentiation 6. What do you think will come on the right, on the left hand side, on the other side? What do you think I should write on the left side? It is just a matter of notation, okay? You know that it will be the triple differential, it will be differentiating thrice. But it is just a matter of note. How do you think I should write this? कैसे लिखना चाहिए मेरे को? How should I write this? The hint is here. जैसे जैसे ये काम किया वैसे ही वो काम करना. कैसे लिखेंगे? नहीं नहीं अर्नव बीच में 2 क्यों ले आया मेरे को ये नहीं समझ में आ रहा. इसको लिखेंगे d3x by dx cubed. ऐसे लिखें. d3x by dx cubed. Oh sorry dy. ये मेरे साथ बड़ी dy. Sorry. d3y by dx cubed. d3y by dx cubed. नीचे dx cubed आएगा. So this is just a notation telling you that look, y was some function of x and I have differentiated it 3 times. What was that function? Y is equal to x cube. पहली बार डिफरेंशिएट किया तो क्या आया 3x स्क्वायर. दूसरी बार डिफरेंशिएट किया तो क्या आया 6x. तीसरी बार किया तो क्या आया 6. फिर से d by dx अप्लाई करते हैं. अब ये क्या लिखूं मैं? दिस विल बिकम व्हाट? d4y by dx power 4 will be equal to 0. So this is y, this is y dash, this is y double dash, this is y triple dash, and now we come to the Roman numerals. ये y4 हो गया और ये y5 हो गया. I hope ये clear है. What I have written is y double dash, y triple dash, y Roman 4. y dx क्यूब. हर्षिता ये ऊपर नीचे की बात कर रही है ना. जैसा मैंने बोला जिसने ये इन्वेंट किया है ये उसका प्रेरोगेटिव. इट ऑल्सो मेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ सेंस एज यू विल सी लेटर ऑन. इट विल मेक सेंस लेटर ऑन. क्या आया सबको समझ में? ये किसी को कोई डाउट? Any doubts? So sir, the slope of the last expression will be tan 90 degrees. किसका? कौन सा last expression बेटा? 0. Slope will be 0. Zero. Tan of 0 is 0, not 90. No. Okay, chalo then, do this for me. Find d2y by dx square if y is equal to root x, y is equal to sec x. Okay, find d2y by dx square if this is the case. Chalo karo, I'll give you a couple of minutes. सही है। नहीं पलाश, गलत है ये। ध्रुव, गलत है। आराम आराम से करो, डोंट रश इनटू इट, डू इट वेरी स्लोली, थिंक अबाउट व्हाट यू आर डूइंग। तो सही है। हाँ दानिश। हाँ तो देखो भाई, y इज इक्वल टू रूट एक्स, डी वाई बाई डी एक्स इज इक्वल टू 1/2 रूट एक्स, डी टू वाई बाई डी एक्स स्क्वायर will be 1/2 d by dx of x raised to the power minus half. This will be equal to minus half x raised to the power minus 3/2. So the answer is minus 1/4 x raised to the power minus 3/2. ये लिखा था क्या ध्रुव? कहाँ? अच्छा ओके, सॉरी, फिर मैंने ध्यान से नहीं देखा, सॉरी। y is equal to sec x dy by dx is equal to tan x into sec x, d2y by dx square will be equal to, अब मुझे प्रोडक्ट रूल लगाना पड़ेगा, मुझे प्रोडक्ट रूल लगाना, 1/4 रूट एक्स, हाँ माइनस साइन नहीं था ना इसलिए मैं माइनस साइन, सो इसमें आएगा डिफरेंशिएट द फर्स्ट फंक्शन, लीव द सेकेंड अलोन, प्लस लीव द फर्स्ट फंक्शन एंड डिफरेंशिएट द सेकेंड फंक्शन। प्रोडक्ट रूल लगाना पड़ेगा मेरे को, सो दिस विल बिकम sec cubed x plus sec x tan square x. ठीक है, ओके। Now I want to give you a couple of questions for homework. Find dny by dxn. Right? Nth. Where will we use this? Very good question, Advik. Yeah. So we will use this. This has a very important role to play, right? One role I already told you. अगर distance और time का graph बना है तो जो उसको आप 2 बार differentiate करोगे तो आपको acceleration मिल जाएगा, right? That is one very important role that this has to play. Other roles also we will discuss. So find dn by dny by dxn, that means n times you are differentiating. Y is equal to x power n, y is equal to sine x, y is equal to cosine x. Okay, so try this at home. You are at home. But we'll discuss this. You can send me on WhatsApp, and I can tell you whether you are correct or incorrect. Okay.